What is going on, everybody? Ivan Temelkov here. Let me see if I can get my mic situated here. That would have been more beneficial before starting this broadcast. I hope you all are having an amazing Thursday. I miss doing these lives, to be honest with you, but I've been insanely busy, literally. And if you haven't been following my story, I just got back from vacation, first vacation in 3 years. It was absolutely amazing to spend time with my family, with my kids, seeing my 4-year-old son and my 2-year-old daughter run through the white beaches of Gulf Shores, Alabama. And it was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is, what are you really chasing? What are you chasing in life? What are you chasing in business? What is it that you want? Do you know what you want? And the reason I'm talking about this is because I was one of those people. I was one of those people who I did not know what I wanted in life and in business. In fact, now being 40 years old, I think it took me all this time to figure out what it is that I want. Yes, I've always wanted to be successful. I always wanted to be happy. I always wanted to have children. And I feel like the most successful person in the world. And to be honest with you, it's because I have finally figured out what it is that I want. And that takes a lot of time to figure out what it is that you want. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of failure, it takes a lot of experience. It truly does. And you know what? There's something that when I was younger, in my 20s, I struggled with realizing. I thought I was lost. I thought I was an outcast. As an Eastern European, I thought that I didn't fit in. I thought that I was an abnormality. I thought that I didn't belong in this world. I was very lost simply because I didn't know what it is that I wanted in life and in business. I did, but I didn't. And so the reason I'm talking about this is because I want to highlight on the importance of being intentional behind what it is that you want in life and in business. Intentional by being actionable, to where you're actually taking steps to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And I'll give you a prime example. So, for example, in recent times, so in the month of August, I ended up doing the carnivore diet, which some of you may know, and I lost 10 pounds in 33 days. The lowest weight that I have been in nearly 20 years. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I didn't choose to do carnivore for the fact that I wanted to look better, for the physical aspect of this. It was more about the mental aspect of it. How could I control my mind? Could I control my mind? It was the test against my mindset to see whether or not I was able to control my mind, to be able to reject the temptations. And the reason I'm telling you this is that losing 10 pounds, now I'm doing phase 2. I want to do even more. But that's just it, is that for the last 20 years, now being in the lowest weight that I have been in the last 20 years, I always aspired to do that. I always wanted to do that. I tried different diet plans. Some I succeeded and some I failed with. But the purpose behind those was, it wasn't really about losing weight. It was about the discipline. It was about the mindset. And the reason I'm doing carnivore now for a phase 2 is because what he has done for my business, what he has done for my life, what he has done for my relationship with my wife, with my children, what he has done to improve the quality of my life. And let's face it, we all can use some improvement in the quality of our lives. But the challenge is that most of us are unwilling to do that. We aspire to improve our lives. We aspire to improve our businesses. We aspire to improve our relationships. Aspire. It's wishful thinking. It's wishful thinking until you actually take the action behind it. And that's what I finally did. I realized that, and I just pushed out a new video on my Instagram, which, by the way, you can follow me, Ivan Temokov on Instagram. It's probably where I'm most active, even though I'm fairly active on Facebook, and I'm really trying to get back into doing these lives because I firmly enjoy them. I found a lot of value. A lot of you have found value in this. And I know this because a lot of people reach out to me on Messenger, and commenting and asking questions and whatnot. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, Ivan Temokov. But, until you become intentional, until you become actionable, it's just wishful thinking. Yes, I want the big house. I want an Audi R8. Yes, I want more money. I want all of these things. But that's all wishful thinking until it's actually practical, until I actually realize that I have to take steps, more valiant steps towards making those things happen. It's actually very simple. It's logic. It's basic logic. You cannot accomplish something without being actionable towards it. Not in theory, but in practicality, to where you actually take action. Here's the prime example. So I knew I wanted more business, right? I've always wanted more business, and in fact, I've sacrificed so much. You can read my latest Instagram post from Throwback Thursday that I just posted this morning. You can read more about that. But I've always wanted more business. In fact, that's why I started my own business, 4 or 5 years ago, in part. But just because I wanted it didn't mean that it was going to happen right off the bat. In fact, there's been too many trials and tribulations to get to where I'm at today. And to toot the horn, being able to do close to $300,000 in gross revenue and doubling business in 1 year is fairly monumental for me, if you ask me. It's an accomplishment. But that's just it, as I realized that, I needed to focus on making more connections, building my community, connecting with like-minded people. And this is where social media has come into play, that I've been able to connect with some amazing people around the world and being able to, most importantly, help these people. And that's just it. Business is about helping people. Yes, we make money, but the reason you make money is because people pay you to solve a problem. They pay you for a solution. And this is probably one of the biggest misconceptions that I know personally I had for a long time, is that, okay, I wanted more money, but I really approached it in the wrong way. And that's just one prime example of what has happened recently. When I really started to realize that, okay, Ivan, you need to be more intentional about this. You need to be more actionable about this and really just dive in both feet. This is what a lot of people don't do. In fact, social media right now, with everything that's happening, not to sound like I'm criticizing, honestly, but there's way too much bickering. There's too much finger pointing. And a lot of people are literally thriving on that drama. But I'll tell you this, that drama is absolutely counterintuitive to anything you want to accomplish in life and in business. People love drama, but drama does not translate to business, does not translate to a monetary dividend. And so the question that I want to ask you, what are you really chasing? What are you really chasing in life? What are you chasing in business? And how are you going about those things? What are you willing to do? How much are you willing to invest? And are you willing to take action? Actual action. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of people that I've talked to who really aren't as active on social media and are very successful. And that's just it, is what is the definition of success to you? To you. Not to everybody else, to you. Well, the definition for success for me is for my family to be happy, to be able to connect with my kids, to be able to provide for them, to be able to do what I truly enjoy doing, from a business standpoint, which is helping other entrepreneurs, build their businesses and create solutions. That is the meaning of happiness and success for me. So I am very successful in my own way. But that's just it. I think a lot of people struggle in understanding and defining what it is that they're really chasing and how they need to go about it. I'll give you a prime example. I just, had a conversation a little bit ago. I had a call with actually a current client and soon someone that's going to be doing more business with me. But, we're talking about Facebook ads. And they're like, yeah, I'm trying to set up this Facebook campaign. And I spent literally 45 minutes giving them education, literally educating them on, why is it that the approach that they're taking is not going to pay dividends because they're not educated, enough on this, and they need more education. And by acquiring that education, they realize that, what? The tactical approach to doing things is really where the value comes from. Wishful thinking, aspiring to want to do certain things is completely different than being practical about those things. Practical and being able to execute on those things. Like taking action that's going to pay dividends, that's going to generate results. And this is why people pay me, is because, on the Facebook ads side of things, is just that I've had so many trials and tribulations and errors, and as a result, have figured out what is the formula to succeeding with Facebook ads. And that is principally the same with really anything else in life or in business. And so I really want you to think about, this is for your own good. This is for your own advantage. What it is that you're really chasing. What it is that you really want in life and in business. And what are you doing about it? How are you going about it? What actions are you taking? Are you taking the right actions? Are you making the right choices? This is, I know, it sounds a lot simpler said than done. But that's just it. I would steer you away from anything that seems simple, too simple, or even free, I should say, free, and you're seeking some instant gratification from it. And I'm not going to go down that road of really extrapolating this, but the key message behind this broadcast is for you to really define what it is that you are chasing in life and in business. You, not others, not your parents, not your friends, not your acquaintances, not even your family. What it is that you are chasing. Define that, document it, reflect upon it every single day. And I guarantee you, once you put things into practicality and become more actionable and striving to fulfill that purpose, that goal that you're striving towards, your life will suddenly have a meaning. I would be lying if I didn't say that 99% of the things you're probably paying attention to don't even matter. I just did another video on it yesterday on Instagram. 99% of the things around you don't matter. The news doesn't matter. Drama doesn't matter. Social media even doesn't matter. What really matters is the 1%, which is you. What does you want? What do you want? I know what I want. I've defined what I wanted. And I've been working diligently towards making those things a reality. No, it's very unpopular. It's very unpopular, to be honest with you, to say, oh, well, and being the unpopular person for that matter. Because what's actually really cliche, believe it or not, is when people look at you and you're in pursuit of trying to accomplish your goals and dreams, and the haters come around, the trolls, the naysayers, the people that will say, no, that can't be done. You can't do that. You're wasting your time. For me personally, that's all the more fuel that I need, honestly. In fact, that's putting fuel to the fire in a good way, because it's making me realize that, you know what? That is more of the reason why I need to be doing this. Let's look at some of the most successful people in the world. Let's look at someone like Elon Musk, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when, he had the idea behind Tesla. And the fact that electric cars were the way of the future, nobody thought that electric cars would come to fruition, right? And if you ask me, he's a visionary. He's always been self-made billionaire. Largely in part because a lot of people are in disbelief of what he was doing. Principally, it's the same. The logic behind anything in life and in business is the same. Principally. If people are in disbelief, if people think that you're crazy, that's all the more of a reason that you need to be doing that. Not to give them gratification or to prove them wrong, which by the way is one of the ultimate wins, is to prove people who thought you were crazy and were in disbelief of you, but to do it because you know that has some meaning to you, that you can create change in the world based on what you're doing. So what are you really chasing? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If you did, throw in the comments section below. Share this stream wherever you're watching. We're on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We are live on Twitter also. Probably should have said that in the beginning too. Feel free to share with anyone who needs to hear this message. God bless. Love you all. Thank you so much. Take care. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.